one of the things that I noticed was there's this difference between your fans who you love, like when they're telling you they love you, and especially these young women who you mean so much to, and they're going crazy and they love it. And then at a certain point, if it's hundreds of thousands of people, I would think it starts to get it's overwhelming. Does that?
It's weirdly in a way underwhelming when there's more people.
Right. Okay.
So like, I played my first stadiums over the summer, and I was playing markets that I hadn't played before, so I hadn't been there, so a lot of people wanted to go, and I didn't want to do, 5 shows in an arena, so might as well do a stadium or 2 stadiums or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a couple stadiums over the summer, and like that was really exciting because I was like, ooh, I want to be in a stadium. It's so sick. It's so big. You're a fucking star. And then you're on the stage, and it's like you feel like you're just alone. And then there's like it feels like there's a printed out wallpaper of thousands of people because they're so far away that there's like no intimacy. I mean, I went to the Super Bowl the other day, and I was sitting in a box with Adele.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but
it's what people do.
But we were talking about it because she's.
I didn't see you there. That's weird.
The name drop thing where people say the first name of the person and then they say the last name. Like you go, like I was on Conan O'Brien. Like you know what I'm talking about? The name drop.
Yeah.
You can't do that with Adele.
No, you can't.
I was with Adele.
No. Adele is just Adele. Yeah. But anyway, we were talking about it because she's doing this Vegas residency, and she's just. Not to out her, but she said she's having the time of her life. And she's like, I love that it's like a 4,000 cap room. And she's like, it's so nice. I feel like I can be there with them. And I feel intimate.
You outed her for having the time of her life.
I don't know. She might not want that to be known. I don't know.
I can't write a song about that. This is what I have found is that in comedy, it's the same thing as in music, that it's supposed to be the best when you get to a stadium, and I've never played a stadium, but I've played some really big spaces, and I've thought, I don't like this as much. And then you think, what's the magic number? I think it's like 1,500, 2,000, somewhere around there is the sweet spot of, I feel like everybody in this room, we're all connecting. It's an exchange.
Yeah.
Like if I say something that they think is funny, they laugh, and you can there's this nice feeling of it's a community.
Community, yeah.
Once it gets really big, and there's a lot of things about success that are like that, where you're facing new challenges of, like now you've got people that will say like, okay, I want to do what you two did. I want to be like that. And then you're trying to think of, but I want to evolve. I want to keep changing. I want to keep growing. And so you've got new battles that you didn't have 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. I've been drowning in a pool of that recently. Just like, how do I evolve, and what do I do? And, I feel like for the last month I've been completely just literally like drowning. I feel like because dude, I achieved the kind of things before I even was 18 that are, things that people work their entire lives for and maybe never even get. And like one of the things that I achieved is like one thing someone gets at the end of their life, and one other, and I got all of them,
Right.
And I'm 21 now, and I'm at a point where I'm like, I've done it all. What am I gonna do now? And like, where do I go from here? And who do I want to be? Because I've also only ever been teenage Billie Eilish, and so that's the person I thought I was. And then I got to a certain age, and I was like, oh, that was teenage me. That's
right.
I thought I was being I was like, oh, I'm myself, and this is who I am, and it was who I was, but it was me as a teenager, and it's very strange to grow up and become an adult, and like the person that you kind of finally figured out how to be in like the perfect way that everybody thinks is who you are is yourself as a teenager. It's very jarring and hard to deal with.
Well, I was really happy that your parents came. They're
They are outside.
Yeah,
right
they're
now.
outside. I wouldn't let them in. Your father got in here twice, and I had him taken out, and I had someone shave his beard.
Why?
Yeah. I like it. It looked really cool, but I have that kind of power. You're in my building.
Okay, right.
So, no, he's, I think one of the things that you two have that is rare, especially because you're both so young when this all started, when this was happening, is to have your parents there and have them be really decent people who have their heads screwed on right. It just doesn't happen. I think 9 out of 10 times it doesn't happen. And that's a godsend. That's really special. I mean, I'm sure there were moments where you're like, why are they on the tour bus?
Very rarely. It's really fun.
I love
They're really
having our
great.
parents out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a moment over the summer where I was having like I need to be an adult moment, and like I need to have space, and I need to have my own this and my own that, and I need to go on tour alone, and I need to do this and this and this alone. I want to be independent, and I do need that in a lot of ways, because you need that as you grow older. But then also now I'm like, well, I like my parents being around, and I like my mom coming and doing stuff with me.
Well, because Billie moved away.
I did move away.
And I think when you don't live with your folks anymore,
It's nicer to, it makes you more grateful to do everything with them. So I'm like, now I just like, I when I have a free night, I like go and hang out with my parents. That's the first thing I think of doing.
Well, it is the pattern. I mean, I've seen it with my daughter, which is she was, very smart, independent, cool, artistic, and then I could tell we were getting on her nerves, and then she went off to college, and she'd come back from college, and she would ask us to do things that we know for a fact she can do on her own. She'd be like, could you pour me a glass of milk? Like, you mean the carton of milk that's right there on the pretty please? And you could tell like she just wanted to be back in that space.
Straight, this girl's drinking just regular milk.
No. She has a flask of scotch that she has on her that she pours into the milk.
Okay.
That's how we do it.
Makes
in our
it
house.
even weirder.
Yeah.
This is whole. We're talking whole milk, 2%. This is not even like an LA. I thought you didn't. Aren't you? Isn't she a nepo baby? Isn't she on oat milk or almond milk or pistachio milk? You've got this girl on 2%?
Yeah, 2%. No, I live in the Palisades, and I'm a celebrity, so I found a special 9% milk. It's got huge chunks of fat floating in
Conan
it.
drinks the 1% milk.
Yeah.
There you go. Got it.
No, I drink the 1% of the 1% milk. Only Adele gets that.